Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys. So today I will gonna do remit chemis to correct my answers that I got wrong. So the first one is number 5. Which molecule has an equal number of bonding electrons and ion pair electrons? So we see here BH3 have a structure was like this. So we can see here it's not equal number of bonding electrons and lone pairs. So but if we draw this CO2 carbon dioxide, it will be like this. One, two, three, four, and then we can count here. It have the same number of bonding electron and lone pair, so it's equal. So we enter this. Next is number 6. Methane and steam react to produce hydrogen. 0.8 gram of methane and 1.35 gram of steam react. One of the reactants is used up. Which volume of hydrogen measured at room conditions will be produced? So if we want to calculate this, the answer is C, 4.8. Next is number 11. The structure of the sulfur dioxide molecule is shown. What is the shape of the sulfur dioxide molecule? We have to draw this first. We can see that the bonding is 2 pair, and then it have one lone pair. So it AX2A, and we know that AX2A is a nonlinear. So we answer this. Next, in which pair do the molecules have the same shape as each other? We have to draw this first. Is H2O and CO2. Okay, H2O is the shape is like this because it's V shape or bend. Meanwhile, HCl2 was like this. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And then we know that this is a V shape, same like this. So we answer H2O and HCl2. Okay, next, number 13. Wait, let me explain you with this. Wait a minute. Okay, first we know that the rumus is AR equals to percentage abundance times isotope divided by total abundance. We have to read the question first. A sample of magnesium contains the isotope 24 magnesium, 25 magnesium, and 26 magnesium only. The percentage abundance of 25 magnesium and 26 magnesium is the same. The relative atomic mass of magnesium in the sample is 24.3. What is the percentage of abundance of 24 magnesium? Okay, then let's fill these rooms. We know that the relative atomic mass is 24.3. 24.3 equals to percentage abundance. So we have to search the 24, right? So it have to be x times 24 plus 100 per 2 times 25, and then plus minus x divided by 2, and then times 26. Okay, and then we calculate it. Divided by 100 because the total is 100. Okay, before we calculate it, we have to erase this first. Next, plus divided by 2, and then we have to want to erase this, so we times it by 2, so it become this 3x equals to change ruas so we got the x is 80. So the percentage abundance of 24 mg is 80%. Okay, next is number 14. Ammonia reacts with acids to form the ammonium ion. NH3 plus H plus become NH4 plus. If we draw this, it will become like this, right? And H like this. We have to calculate the bonding. It is 4, right? So it's become AX4, and we have to memorize AX4 is always tetrahedral, and we know that tetrahedral is 109.5 degree. So we answer this one. Okay, number 15. Which diagram represents the overlap of two orbitals which will form a pi bond? So we know that the pi bond must be vertically equals and meet on the sides. So we know this is the answer. Okay, next to question 17. A student performed an experiment to measure the enthalpy change of combustion of ethane. He used the following values for the standard enthalpy change of combustion of carbon and hydrogen. Okay, we know that carbon is minus 394 and hydrogen minus 286. First, we have to make this one. Okay, carbon. Big C plus O2 become carbon dioxide. And we know that this minus. Okay, and then hydrogen. H plus O becomes H2O. We have to balance it, so we times this by 2 and then this by setengah, and then it become this, and we know the enthalpy change is minus 286. And then we make the enthalpy change of ethane. Ethane is C2H6O2 plus O2 become carbon dioxide plus H2O, and the enthalpy change is minus 140. Okay, then let's calculate for the standard enthalpy change of combustion of ethane. We know that we have this equation, right? So we have to substitute the value. First, we have to write it down. This is the equation, becoming CO2 plus H2O. Nah, and then we substitute it. It become minus 140 dikurang because reactant always minus with the product. This is minus 788 because it times 2, and then this is minus 140, and the result is 140 plus 1646. It become minus 1506 minus. It's B. Okay. Next is number 21. Number 21. Ethene C2H2 completely combust as shown in the equation. Using the average bond enthalpies in the table, what is the enthalpy change of combustion of ethene? We have a table here and have a data for all of this molecule, and then we only have to substitute them. HC is 410, and it's times 2 plus CC. See the triple bond C, 840. This is for this one, plus O double bond O is 496, because this is two setengah, so we have to like this. And this one H2O is 460. Times 2 plus CO is 740 times 4, and the result will be, and we have to reaction minus enthalpy change of product, 2900 minus 3880. So the result will be 980 kilojoule per mole. So it's A, this one. Okay, next is number 22. In here we have, in the conversion of compound X into compound D, it was found that the reaction proceeds by way of compound Y, which could be isolated. The following steps were involved. X to Y is positive and Y to Z is negative. So we can conclude that X is smaller than Y and Y is bigger than Z. And we can see here the only graph that looks like this is this one. So we can choose this. Okay, number 24. What is the definition of standard enthalpy change of neutralization? We know that enthalpy change of neutralization is when an aqueous acid and an aqueous alkali react together to produce 1 mole of water. So we have to choose this one. Next, sulfur can be oxidized in 2 ways. Sulfur trioxide can be made from sulfur dioxide and oxygen. What is the standard enthalpy change for this reaction? Okay, first we have to erase this first, and we make the equation, or we substitute to the equation. Here we have sulfur and sulfur trioxide, and then it asks for the standard enthalpy change. We have to make the equation first. Plus 2O2 equals to and then because it's being kebalik, and then we make it plus n times 2, so it's become 593. And for the sulfur, okay, it's minus because we only need this and it's already in the right side, so we only have to write this down, so it becomes minus 791.4. and then we make this line plus, we eliminate this equation. 1O2, then it only left O2, 2SO3, same like this. And this, if it's calculated, become minus 198.4. and we can see in the pill gun we have this. Next is number 27. In here, I think the question was same like before, so we only have to write the equation and then eliminate and then calculate it. Okay, first it asks for what is the enthalpy change of the process shown in equation 1, which is this one. NH3 plus 2O2 become HNO3 plus H2O. Okay, we have to write this first. And then become NO plus, we take from this one, but it's divided by 4 because we want to search NH3, right? So the enthalpy change will become minus 226. And then HNO3. We have this one, but it's have to divide it by 4 because it only have 1, which is this is 4, so we have to divide it by 4. So it become become HNO3. This one is setengah. So the enthalpy change will be minus 87. And for the last is NO plus become NO2 and is 114. Then we have to calculate this, all of this, then it become minus 370 kJ per mole. Minus, it's B. Okay, and next is number 34. In here we have aqueous acid P and aqueous alkali Q have the same concentration. 20 liter of P is added to a conical flask. Q is slowly added to the flask and the volume of Q and the pH are recorded. The pH titration curve is shown. Which row gives the identity of P and Q? We choose this one, C, because we know we can see it in the graph. First is the pH is 0 to 3 maybe, which means it is an acid. And then in here the Q is added, so it's naik, so it's become a base. So we can conclude HCl hydrochloride is an acid and BaOH2 is a strong base, so we have to choose this. Okay, next we have a question. Sulfur dioxide is used as a preservative in winemaking. The following equations describe how sulfur dioxide dissolves. Which statement about these two reactions is correct? Okay, let's see the A. HSO3 acts as a base. Okay, in this theory, we know that base is an acceptor. So, HSO3 plus H plus become SO2 minus plus 2H plus. The H from the HSO3 is gone and it's so we have to choose this A. Next is number 27. In which reaction does ammonia behave as a Bronsted-Lowry base? Okay, this is the same like before. Base is an acceptor, so we only have to search the one that the OH is gone, the H is gone. NH3 plus H2O plus CO2 become NH4HCO3. We can see here the NH3 is accept the H from H2O, so the answer is this. Okay, and the last question for the paper 1 is number 40. 4 solutions, each of concentration of 0.1 molarity, were tested with a pH meter. The results are shown. Which statements explain this result? 1. Acid 2 has a lower pH than acid 1 because it is more soluble. 2. Base 2 has a higher concentration of hydroxide ions in solution than base 1. 3. Acid 1 dissociates less than acid 2. Okay, we all know that all of these 3 is correct, so we choose A. Okay, that is the end of paper 1. Next we go to paper 2. Okay, first let's read the question. Atoms contain the subatomic particles electrons, protons and neutrons. Protons and electrons were discovered by observations of their behaviors in electric fields. Complete the diagram with the relative charge of each of the electrically charged plates. Okay, we know that proton always attracted to negative charge, so in here we write it minus, and electron always attracted to the positive side of the plate, so we write it positive. And then on the diagram, draw a line to show how separate beam of neutrons from the same source behaves in the same electric field. We know that neutrons is neutral, so it's not attracted to minus or positive. So it become a straight line like this. Neutron. Next, electrons in atoms up to chromium 36 are distributed in s, p, and d orbitals. State the number of occupied orbitals in an isolated atom of 36 kr. We know that chromium has electron configuration like this. So we know that the type of orbital in D have 5 number of orbitals. Okay, next is number 3. In here, we can read the question. Most elements exist naturally as a mixture of isotopes, each with their own relative isotopic mass. The mass spectrum of an element reveals the abundance of these isotopes, which can be used to calculate the relative atomic mass of the element. Magnesium has 3 stable isotopes. Information about 2 of these isotopes is given. Calculate the percentage abundance and hence the relative isotopic mass of the third isotope of magnesium. Give your answer to 3 significant figures. Okay, we know that the formula for this one is AR equals to percentage abundance times isotope divided by total abundance. Then we have to fill the formula. We know that the relative atomic mass of the magnesium is 24.3. So we substitute it and the percentage is times M divided by 100, because 75 plus 11 is 100. And then we substitute it. 24.3 equals to 75 times 24 plus 11 times 26 times plus 10 times x divided by 100. We move this 100 to this section, to this side, and then we calculate it. Plus 10x, and we have to search this x. X is equals to 248 times 10, so it becomes 24.8. Percent. Okay, next is number 4. Give some details of the stable naturally occurring isotopes of radium and iridium. Okay, in here I got wrong in this section because I read it 4, but actually it's 5. Where the 5 is from? Okay, let's draw this RH. We know that RH has electron configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d7, 4s2. And then the d1, because it's the outest, the most outer, let's draw the electron configuration. We know that D have 5, 3, 4. Then we substitute the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can see that total number of electron shells is only sorry, I got it wrong. This section is for this one, for the for the 3, and we know that number of unpaired electrons is 1, 2, 3. So it's 3. And then for the RH, we know that the electron configuration is 45 chromium, 48 and 5s1. Nah, total number of electron shells is 5. Next, we have this question. This table shows the relative abundance of isotopes in a sample of an alloy containing radium and iridium only. And use the table to calculate the relative atomic mass of iridium in the alloy. Give your answer to 2 decimal places. Okay, we only have to search it. So the first one, we know the formula is this: AR equals to percentage abundance times isotope divided by total abundance. And we have to substitute the value, because we want to search the AR, so we can fill this 190.96 times 15.18 plus 192.96 times 34.82 divided by 50. And then the result of this calculation is 192.335, or we can say, it already have 2 decimal places. So this is the answer. Okay, next, number 5. For number 5, it's also same like the previous question. First, we have to search, the relative isotopic mass of the third isotope of iron in the sample. We know that the formula is this, and we only have to substitute it. We know that AR is 55.8 times 53.9 times 6 plus 55.7 times 91.9 plus 2.1x divide by 100, and the result of this calculation is we move this 100 to this side, so it become 5580 equals to plus 2.1x, and we have to search the x, so it become like this. X equals to 56.9, so the result is 56.9. Okay, and next is B. Deduce the number of pairs of electrons in the third subshell in an iron 2 ion. And then we know that iron 2 ion is Fa2 plus 2, and we know the electron configuration is Ar3d6. Then we have to draw it like the same like before. They have 5 shell, and we substitute the electron 3, 4, 5, 6. So the pair one only 1. Deduce the number of pair of electron. So the answer is 1. Okay, next. Define enthalpy change of formation. This one, number 6. Now, we know that enthalpy change of formation is the enthalpy change or heat released or absorbed when 1 mole of a compound is formed directly from its elements in their most stable states under standard conditions. So that is the answer. And next we have to calculate the enthalpy change of reaction in kJ per mole for reaction 2. This one. Okay, first we erase this first because this is the wrong answer. Then we know that we need this, right? We have to we write it down aja. Become 2Fa plus 3 carbon dioxide. Okay, then we only have to substitute this value, but we have to be careful because it's kind of rancu. In here, Fa2O3 is minus 824.2 plus 3CO2, so it's times 3 times minus 393.5 minus 2Fa. Because Fa there is known, so it's become 0. 2 times 0 plus carbon dioxide 3 times minus 393.5. This, the result is minus, and this one over here is and the result is minus 24.8 kilojoule per mole. Okay, Next, the last question is this one. Gives data relevant to the reaction of Cl2 with NH3. Use the data in table 1.1 to calculate the enthalpy change of the reaction of Cl2 with NH3. Okay, first we have to make the equation 2NH3 plus Cl2 become HCl plus N2. We have to balance it, so it's times 3, this one is times 6. It's already balanced, right? Okay, then we only have to substitute it, the value 2NH3, so it means 2 times 46 and then HCl 6 HCl, so we 6 times minus 22 minus, because reactant always minus product. This one become 552, this one becomes this. Oops, sorry, I got it wrong. This is 96 minus 460. Then wait, I got it wrong again. It should be 552, and the result will be minus 460 kilojoule per mole. Okay, that is the end of paper 2, which means I already done my video. See you on the next. Oh no, there is no next. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.